Hello, everyone.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome to another episode of.
This is the Circle Podcast.
My name is James.
It is your host, Philip.
My name is Daniel.
Like always, I'm here with my best friends.
All right, so today will be a pretty fun episode.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye, party people.
See ya.
Yeah.
It's a great way to start this episode.
Yeah, are you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's warmed up. What
Yeah.
level are we on right now?
One
One to
1
10.
out of 10.
1 out of 10. Yeah.
5.
Okay.
5.
5.
Liar.
I think I'm a solid 6.
Yeah, I think I'm like a 6 as well.
Yeah.
I'm a 6. Cool.
Oh, what do you think about that June shine?
Oh, I'm about to try it.
Oh,
about to
you
try
haven't
it.
even have it.
No wonder why he's on a 5.
He does
You
like
hate it.
he does like kombucha too. He
I
does
do,
drink
but this
kombucha.
is different.
Is it different?
Yeah.
Can I try some?
Keep
Yeah.
drinking it. It gets better.
I'm not saying
Yeah, as you get more fucked up or what?
Bad.
It gets better.
There's a. Why are you making that
It's
face?
a weird combination, like orange and mint. I wouldn't think orange
That
and
is
mint
that is
would go
like
together.
my favorite flavor.
Orange and mint.
There's other hard kombucha breweries.
It's different.
Breweries.
Yeah, the mint kind of throws me off. I could taste the mint. It's very
Really?
strong. Yeah.
I don't like mint right off the bat, so I don't.
I mean,
want
I'll drink
that.
it.
There's a lot of hate in this room right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't fucking like mint.
I'm not hating
Justifiable.
it. I'm not hating it. I like mint, but it's just a very weird combination.
All right.
It lingers. I can still taste the mint.
Not a fan.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, there's also Boochcraft. That's a good one.
Booch.
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 It's
Yeah,
like
booch.
cooch.
Oh, okay.
So wait, what is that considered? A beer?
Yeah.
It's just.
I would say
I mean,
so.
I guess it's.
I wouldn't say it's a beer.
It's fermented. I would not call it beer. It's just hard kombucha.
I would say it's closer to a seltzer, right?
What the fuck are we talking about here?
There is yeast in it, though.
Oh,
I thought,
there is.
I thought it
yeast.
said beer.
Yeah,
on
because
here.
kombucha has like
Didn't it say beer on here?
kombucha
What
has
does-
Then it might be a beer.
I thought it said beer on
active like bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
here. I mean, they're not that
Is-
far off. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, maybe
Kombucha
not
and beer.
No, but
because it's still fermented with yeast.
Okay, let's
Anyways,
start this
let's
episode.
start.
Alright, yeah, let's get into it.
Can I start with the cheers
Sure.
with my friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeast. It says yeast. Yeast infection.
It
Yum,
yeast,
bro.
yeast
Oh, dude, it's
infection.
a fucking screw off.
oh my god!
I've been opening with that.
The Blue Moon.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers!
So welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Circle Podcast. My name is James. I'm here with two of my co-hosts. If they would like to introduce themselves.
I would after you take your sip.
Oh shit, that's bad
You don't
luck.
say, yeah, what the fuck's going on here? Hello.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Circle Podcast. My name is Philip. If you're new here, good to see you. If you're coming back, good to see you again. Okay,
Yeah,
fuck it,
it is
forget Andy.
classified
He's
beer.
not important.
You want to introduce
Sorry.
yourself, Andy?
Yeah. Sorry. Welcome back, reoccurring listeners and new listeners. I was just trying to figure out if hard kombucha was a beer or not. And
Yeah,
I
it
think
makes
it
sense.
is.
It
I
does
think
make
is a beer.
sense. I think it's just because it's so fruity. I wouldn't expect it to be a beer, but
Yeah.
if it's I think that makes sense.
Are you saying that something fruity can't be hard?
Oh, fruits get hard.
But they're not good when they're hard. You want them ripe. A little softness to
Not the fruits I was talking about.
I
but-
set you up good for that one.
For those who are new, we're just a couple of guys. We just talk about what's going on in the world, talking about what's on our mind. But we have a very special guest today, and those who are veterans of the Circle Podcast, you might recognize this lovely voice. She goes by the name of Caitlin. Reoccurring guest, one of the number one fans we've had since the beginning.
Question.
Yes.
True.
When we started video format, was Caitlin on an episode where
No.
No.
This is the
first time.
you
First-
finally get to see
You're
this
seeing
beautiful
me.
face
You get to see what she looks
on
like.
YouTube if you go to the Circle Podcast YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yeah. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Circle Pod. Make sure to go follow us on TikTok while you still can at The Circle Pod. For those who don't know,
I didn't even think about
TikTok
that.
will be taken off the App Store. So,
Allegedly.
take advantage
Okay.
of this time period.
I didn't even know you
Let-
had a TikTok.
Let's.
We do have a TikTok.
Wow.
Exclusive content on that TikTok that you will not find on the
Yeah.
Instagram or the YouTube.
Our number one fan, I guess not.
Oh, sorry.
Let's let our guest say hello to the people
Oh.
once again.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be back. Not in a trailer anymore, in a real studio.
We're in a real studio. Yes.
I gotta
coming
say,
up in the world, you know?
I gotta say, we're doing a drunk love episode.
Yes,
I just
the topic
gotta
is
say,
love.
I miss the intimacy of the trailer studio.
Aw.
We were all very close.
Nice and tight.
Yeah.
We're-
Rubbing knees.
Mhm.
We were rubbing knees.
Sweating.
Basic sweating that happened.
The intimacy
Yeah.
was nice, but I will say it is a lot nicer being able to stretch my legs out now. Because
Very
I would be
true.
fucking cramping in that
Yeah,
studio.
very true. Yeah.
Yeah, especially man, if you're on the inside of the table, you're on the inside. You have nowhere to put your legs.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say that's a good point. But
Yeah.
I would sacrifice that for this.
Oh man. So for those listening, the topic is love. Maybe we'll get some tears on this episode. I think that might be the goal.
James is just hoping I'll cry, pretty much.
I'm not hoping. I know it's gonna happen.
Wow.
Listen. I asked before we started recording while we were having dinner. Should I be? What was the word? What was the verbiage I used? Should I be not petty?
No. You didn't say that. You
It was,
you asked.
You're like, how direct should I be
No,
or something?
no,
It wasn't
no, no,
direct,
no,
but it was
it was
something along
direct.
those lines.
Wait, who said this? You did?
Yeah, like pretty much. The point is, I was bringing up like how vulnerable are we going to be on this episode, and I got
a fart.
Well, there's your answer.
Wow.
We're pretty fucking vulnerable on this.
Yeah.
episode. You know what I mean?
I've never heard a fart from this guy ever.
That's true, man. That was like
True, yeah.
That was pretty loud, man. I wasn't expecting that from
I've
you.
been trying to. Yeah, I've been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
I've
building
been
that-
working on them, bro.
trying to compete.
I've
Trying
been
to
building
compete.
that one up for years.
Yeah.
Dang,
I really
tight
hope
butthole.
I really hope
Well,
that caught it. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna be vulnerable. We're gonna be honest. I would like to say that the four of us here have gotten out of very serious relationships. We've had long-term relationships. I feel like we all have experience in this shit. I mean, I know my relationship was 5.5 years that I got out of. Yours was
Almost
like 5
same.
years as well, right?
Almost same. Yeah.
Mine was 4.5.
4.5. What
Damn.
was your relationship?
fucking
The
remember.
toxic one.
Oh my god.
I don't remember.
At least 2 to
I-
3 years, right?
I think it was 3 or 3.5.
3.5 years.
But like I've said before on this show, I think my coping mechanism is to forget.
It's great. It's great coping.
For
Yeah.
those listening, the lesson to be learned is that time doesn't matter. You could be with someone for 20 years. That shit can end. So keep your options open, people. No, joking.
No.
Yeah.
I don't. No one listened to him.
I'm not gonna say cheat, but I mean, the line is not as fine as you think it is.
Hey, you draw the line. Let's just say that.
There we
okay?
go.
Your
Also,
relationship.
keep
is
It's a
in-
what you
matter
want
of
it to be.
opinion.
There's a bunch of 20 somethings in this room, so I feel like,
Bunch, we're all 20 somethings.
am I the oldest person in this room?
You are the
Yes,
oldest person
yeah.
in this
How
room.
old are you?
25.
You
Damn,
never
you
ask a
old.
woman that. What the fuck's wrong with you?
What do you mean? You're almost there, bro.
Nah, bro. I'm 22.
I wish I was still 22.
I make my own age.
All right,
Young and naive.
Before we go off on this
Well-
tangent, let's jump into this topic. All right. I feel like it's only right. If I'm correct, the last time we spoke on this topic, I think I started with this question.
We had the wrong guest.
We did
I
have the wrong
agree.
guest.
Wait.
I literally told James.
Dirty D.
Yeah.
Dirty
that's right.
Dan.
Yeah.
I told James after that episode, I was like, I was not happy.
Oh, I feel.
Oh, you were that fan.
I was mad.
Oh yeah, I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Wait.
To be fair, we didn't know. He just showed up, and we're like, "Oh, what?"
Oh,
the
yeah.
You know what? To
Oh,
be fair,
alright.
it was Andy's fault.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just brought him.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a serious topic, bro, and you brought fucking Dick McGee, dude.
You know, I don't know. I have no comment. I don't even remember that very much. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what were you unhappy about?
It just
I didn't live.
You were
up to your-
hoping it'd be serious, right?
I
And
was,
There's too
I
many
was.
comedic
Okay.
breaks.
there was a lot of yes,
For sure.
yeah. Oh, some like mom jokes. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he was talking about having sex with his mom.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
so-
Done.
But I was just. I remember driving home from work, being like, I am upset.
Okay,
I
for sure.
remember too. That was like an episode that people were looking forward to.
I was
Like,
hoping
think-
for juiciness. That's what I wanted. I
remember
really
you
wanted
were
it.
looking forward to
Yeah.
that episode. Some of my peers were looking forward to that episode.
Well, guess what? We've been drinking. It's
We're
the topic
redoing it.
again. Let's get into
Let's
it.
let the
What's
truth
the first
spill.
question? Let's
So
go.
the first question that I want to start with is, how do you define love? What is love to you?
Oh man. See,
I have so many follow-up questions about that.
Okay. Well, I don't like that.
Starts
It
with-
steers away from the main question. Coming
It's a great start.
coming into this episode, I thought to myself, I told you before we started, I was excited to have Caitlin back on. I haven't seen her in a long time, and
been
I
a
enjoy
while.
when you're here. It's fun. But then I thought to myself, what the fuck are we talking about? And then I remembered we're talking about love, and I thought to myself, oh. You know, like, I don't know what to talk about. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to define it.
Mm-hmm.
Because for each one of us in here, it means something different, you know, and
Mhm.
it's a very tough subject to talk about.
It's very subjective.
Very subjective. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
I was in the fucking shower, you know, washing my balls, and I just thought,
Mm.
it's just a subjective thing.
It's very subjective. Yeah.
I bet your balls taste like this kombucha beer right here.
All right.
You're the one drinking it, pal.
Thank you.
Why do you think it's almost finished?
Oh my god.
That's love right there, big boy.
Oh
That's
my
love.
God.
LOVE.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead.
But I'm in a relationship at the moment.
How long you been with her now? It's been a while.
September 30th will be 2 years.
Oh, that's
No
coming up.
way. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who you
I
dating?
thought
Trust
it's been
me,
longer.
I feel like it's been longer too.
Yeah, that'd
Um,
been longer.
I love my girlfriend, you know, and
How do you know that? How do you know that you love her?
For me, myself, I can go, you know, a couple days without seeing her, and when a couple days, I mean like 2 or 3 days. On the third day, I'm definitely missing her. You know, I need to see her.
Mm.
You know. And once it starts affecting me, where I'm thinking like, "Fuck, I need to see this person," that's when I know I love them. You know, there's something important in my life.
That's pretty cute, man. That's pretty cute.
Oh, the tears are starting to flow.
They're already happening. Already.
But yeah, when I miss seeing
Oh.
someone that much, I know I love them.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Caitlin?
Dang. Oh, that's tough. Wow.
How you gonna follow up after that, huh?
We're talking about romantic love specifically.
Romantic love. Yeah, we're not talking about
Like family-
agave. We're not talking, or not agave. the
What?
fuck?
What?
Agape. Is that what it is?
Agape.
Agape.
What are you talking about?
Agape. I think that's the term for familiar love, like
Oh.
within
Oh.
Oh,
family.
okay, okay.
I think it's agape.
I'll
I'll get back to you.
Agape. Wait, you're talking about tequila?
No, my bad. It is agape. Agape love.
Agape.
Yeah, no. Okay.
This guy isn't drunk enough. He's saying shit that we have no idea
I
what he's saying.
know that's not fair.
Go get the tequila.
Okay.
Right behind him.
I'm,
Sorry,
I'm
go
pretty
ahead. Go
buzzed
ahead. Go
right
ahead. Go ahead.
I think also it has to do with just feeling like you really miss the person. Like you just there's something about when you're like with that person, there's like a sense of like relief almost. And yeah, oh my gosh. Love is crazy. I'm not going to cry. I'm just like
now. Not yet.
I don't want to.
I can already hear it in your voice.
That's not fair. Okay, well, I'll just let everyone. I got out of a long-term relationship like 4 months ago, so there definitely is still some freshness to it.
Residual feelings.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the juiciness we want to hear right there.
We've all been there.
I'll
baby.
be honest.
Tell us your story.
Well,
Share your
tar-
story.
Target
What?
acquired.
Share your story.
You want me to?
Yeah, share your story.
Okay.
We already shared it. You haven't. We've shared our past a little bit.
Okay.
You
I'll
haven't
be-
shared yours.
Okay. So I was with this person for 4.5 years. It was a long time. And the last, like, honestly, when everything went down with COVID, we didn't see each other for a while because of social distancing. We weren't, it was when no one was really sure what was going on with COVID. So, and then time was passing, a few weeks, and I realized that I didn't really miss him that much. Like, I was okay not seeing him, and that worried me. And I started to really reflect on our relationship, and I realized the last several months of our relationship, I wasn't really satisfied, and I just really felt like, I mean, we had been together for all of our 20s, and so I wanted to know what life was like without him. And so yeah, it was like the hardest decision of my life, honestly, to end it. But I'm like really happy, not happy to end it, like it was a really hard decision, honestly, because I miss, to be honest, I do miss him. Like, he was my best friend. But I think that I really wanted to know what life was like without him. And he'll always have a piece of my heart, like, forever, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I just thinking going back to, like, love, I just was okay existing without him. And I think that knowing, like, when you're in love with someone, you just know, I don't know, it's like a feeling deep inside that you want to be with them. And not necessarily, like, I know I could always not that I, like, needed him to live, but I just didn't really want to be with him. I, like, wanted to know what life was like without him. So I think it's when you want to be with someone, like, even if, like, you know, yeah, no matter what.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a fair answer.
Now you all know my life story.
I have a lot of questions, but
Okay.
they're like
Me too.
very.
Hashtag.
It's probably for later in the podcast.
Okay.
So
Don't forget.
I will try to remember.
Okay.
But yeah,
If you're gonna forget, just ask him now.
it just they're not. I don't think they're appropriate now, since you asked that first question, because you said what how do you define love,
Okay.
and you're going around everyone.
If they're
Oh.
important, you'll figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
Later.
I
right.
probably will remember though. I
Okay.
probably will remember.
Okay.
I want this to be freeform, so don't feel like you
Oh,
gotta
no,
stick to
no.
the schedule. You know,
I'm just. No.
just pick the most important question you got and fire
Okay.
it off. bro.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
Do you not think that it's normal to think when you're with someone that it's normal to think, I wonder what life is like without them?
I thought this too.
No, I do think it's normal. Because even when I had been with him, I had thought, what would it have been like to have not met him? And I think I had moments of, like, what would it be like to be without him, or, like, be with someone else? And over the course of our relationship, if those thoughts ever came to mind, I always thought, no, I want to be with him. I choose him. Because I think a thing that people say a lot is, like, oh, like, love to a certain extent is a choice. Like, you wake up every day and you choose to be with that person, right? And I actually had gone on a date recently, and the guy that we were on our date, I was, like, fairly candid about the fact that I had gotten out of a long-term relationship. I didn't say how recently, but he was like, oh, it sounds like you decided to not choose him anymore. And I was like, whoa, I don't know. But then when I thought about it more, I was like, yeah, I think I did at one point just kind of settle into it, and I didn't really I kind of just, I didn't put in as much effort anymore. I didn't choose him anymore. I kind of was, my mind and when I would think about would veer off, and I just wanted to grow without him. Ultimately, I think that I wanted to grow. I was growing apart from him, or I felt like I hit a point where I couldn't grow with him anymore. And, sorry, what was your question? You said,
Do you think it's normal that someone thinks that?
No, I do.
He
He doesn't even remember it.
No, I do, but I'm trying
No,
to
I
take
think
in
it
everything
is-
you said as well.
No, I think it is.
Like
I
if
think
it's
it is
something
normal.
not to think too much
Yeah.
into.
But really, the next step for us was to get engaged and get married. Like that was the next thing for us. It would have happened within a year. And as I was thinking about what my life was going to look like and my future with him, I was like, I don't know if I want that. How could I? It was crazy to me that a few things. Like one, I could be with a person for 4.5 years and realize I don't know if I want to spend the rest of my life with them. And then also I spent all of my 20s with this one person. What is life like without that person? Because I feel like your 20s is a big chunk of time to figure out who you are. There's, gosh, I wish I remembered what it was called, but there's a comedy special on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called and it's going to bug me, but she makes a joke about how, I think I mentioned this to James one time, where like she makes a joke about how your 20s is when you're like, you're fishing in the lake before your 30s and you're like trying to get things out before the lake freezes over, which is like when you're 30 you're basically like who you're supposed to be, which may or may not, I think you evolve over time as a person, but like ultimately I think by the time you're 30 you're kind of who you are like as a person. And so to think that I was with this one person for all of my 20s and to not know what life was like without them was crazy to me, and I wanted to know what life was like without him, because I think we grew up together and we became very similar together, and I don't know, just kind of freaked me out.
I understand, because I think that's a very defining question.
Mm-hmm.
Is what is life like without them?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would think a love related answer would be like, what will life be with them? If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good that you thought that,
Mhm.
because that's completely the opposite. But no,
Yeah.
go ahead.
For myself, I respect that you
Yeah.
thought, you spent your 20s with them and that you felt like, what is it like without them? One thing that comes to mind, the first question I have is, did you ever live with this person at some point?
Like in the same place?
Yeah, same place you guys lived together.
No. We both lived at home.
The one thing that bothers me is that in your mind, what you just said is that within the next year you guys would have got married, and you guys
We would have
hadn't-
gotten engaged and then we would have gotten married. Yeah.
but you hadn't lived with this person at all.
Right.
You don't think that's a major step that needs to be taken first before marriage?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you don't believe that you should see their mannerisms when they wake up, to when they come home from
Well-
work, to what they do after dinner, if they shower after work, like those things. Those
You
are
don't
important.
think they'll matter, but they fucking matter.
Fucking matter, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
If this person can even fucking sleep at night, they wake up fucking sweating, like little tiny things like that matter.
I got
Okay. So, I guess to me, it's like a twofold. So I'll say is that I would like spend the night at his house, like at home. We went on a road trip. We drove to New York together over the course of 3 weeks, which I think to me personally, if you're ever going to if you think like, am I going to spend forever with this person, is to go on a road trip. We didn't fight. We had a couple of like disagreements, I think, but we didn't fight the whole time. Like there's multiple people who were like, oh, you probably hated him at the end. I really didn't.
Yeah.
But to me personally, I feel like if you love someone and you like love that word. If you love someone, if you're like choosing that person, if they don't close like the cabinets after they're done taking something out of it, like to me that's not a deal breaker personally.
I would definitely want to add my perspective to this now that I am currently living with my girlfriend.
You are?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Surprisingly. Yeah, dude, like I've always understood that, or at least in my mind and my opinion, I always knew like I'm not going to marry someone until I live with them first, because I've heard other people's experiences, or I've gotten advice from those who are older than me, and they say like you don't really know someone until you've lived with them. And it's a completely different perspective or experience. Like, even before we moved in together, I was staying at her place throughout that first phase of quarantine. You know what I mean? I was at her apartment. I was practically living with her. But even then, there is a difference between me staying at her place versus this is our place. Like, even then, I've noticed there's a difference, you know? And it's like, it's not that there's one thing that could be a deal breaker, but there's a culmination of things that can determine that decision, I guess, or that factor. And it's weird. Because there could be a bunch of little things. It's so minuscule, and and in the bigger scheme of things, you think, oh, what does that matter at all? But that can determine whether you want to be with this person the rest of your life or not. You know,
That's interesting.
It adds up.
it adds up.
It adds up.
So I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
It's not just closing the cabinets, but it's
It's
closing the cabinets. You don't put the toilet seat down. You left this sock on the floor.
But isn't there
All this.
there's conversation with that?
Definitely.
No, definitely. But
there's definitely conversation with that. But I think there's still lessons to be learned from that.
Sure.
You know?
There's conversations to be had.
But doesn't mean it's going to change.
Exactly. At the same time, that's who that person is.
That's what's crazy.
And you think you want to spend your life with that person, but at the end of the day, do you truly know that person when you don't see these things, when you don't experience
and that's
them?
what I was going to say. It's not the individual things, but it's that you get the understanding of, oh, this is who this person is. You know what I mean? And you could think you know someone so well. But it's like you said, you don't know them until you see what they are like every day first thing in the morning, or every day after doing a work shift, or every day after this, you know, whatever it may be. That's when people are truly themselves, truly honest, and that's when you're like, oh my God, this is what this person's, you know, qualities are. This is what this person's priorities are, characteristics, morals, everything. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Well, I'll just say, like, the game changer, I think, for us was when I started working full time, and just kind of the shift that it took in our relationship, where when we would see, the time that we would see each other would change, and just like our dynamic changed. And I think there was a sense of settling into this like comfortability of, okay, we know that we got off work at this time, and I go over and we watch Netflix and we play with the cat, and then like I think there was a sense of getting comfortable, which sometimes I think is seen as like in a negative way for long-term relationships. But I don't think that we ever hit an like negative sense of that necessarily. But one of the other things that I realized, especially there was like a month period, probably like April to May, where I was like reflecting. No, it was the month of April pretty much, where I was reflecting on a relationship and if I wanted to continue to stay with him. And also he was very aware of like what I was feeling, so he was a part of the process. I didn't just like spring it on him when I had decided to end it. And I realized that he was like my security and he did everything for me because he wanted to, because like that was his way of expressing love, right? So he would he would fix things for me. He would sew things for me. He would cook for me. He would help me with my taxes. He did everything for me. And I recently moved out of my like childhood home, and I know that if I was still with him during that process, I would have brought him to all of the apartments that I saw, and I would have been like, what do you think about this? Because I realized that I made him kind of like my judgment point of what was safe or what made sense, because I didn't even trust myself to make decisions. My parents got me a printer for my birthday because I wanted a printer, and I set it up by myself. If I was with him, I would have been like, oh, can you set it up for me? Because I'll probably do it wrong. This most recent set of taxes or whatever, this most recent tax season, I did my taxes by myself for the first time in like literally 4 years. So I wanted to be apart from him also because I think I made him kind of this person. And when I like looked into the future and I saw my life with him, he would have taken care of everything. And I realized that I didn't want that. But I do feel like down to my core that I knew who he was as a person. And like, I knew if I did decide to stay with him and marry him, I knew what I was signing up for. But I just realized I don't know if I want that. And he was so 100% sure about me, and it didn't feel fair that for me to stay with him if I wasn't 100% sure about him.
I have 2 questions.
Okay. I didn't realize this was an interview.
It isn't, but
It is now.
yeah, we'll see where this goes. The first one is, you were in that period of questioning things.
Mm-hmm.
And you spoke to him about it, so he was, clear where you were at. Did you confide in anyone else?
Yes.
Like to question your where you were at mentally at that point?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me, and I told.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
what I told you?
James was like one of the first people. Actually, I don't want to get too into it. There was some other factors in what I was feeling, and James was actually one of the first people that I like FaceTimed and was like crying my face off about it because I didn't know what to do.
And do you remember what I told you?
I bet that was a great type.
No, I don't remember.
Right away, I told you need to talk to him. Like, you need to be straight up with him. You need to be honest
Yeah.
about what you're thinking.
Yeah, and he. Well, there's.
It's fine. There's a lot of.
It's okay. It's okay. He ended up he actually sensed it before, because I wasn't even sure. I was like, I don't know if I want to tell him about this because I don't know if these feelings are legit. And then he ended up sensing it, and I ended up being honest with him about it.
Fuck, I forgot my second question. Okay. And never mind.
Well, okay.
It's pointless.
Well,
at this point.
this is what I'll say is that the day before I ended up breaking up with him, I FaceTimed my cousin because she's the only person that I know that has been in a 4+ year long relationship that's ended in marriage and children now. Like everyone else that I know that has had 4+ year long relationships it's like they've broken up. And we're very similar just in personality. And so I didn't give her too many details. Excuse me. I just said, this is what I've been feeling. I've been feeling like I want to be on my own. I've been kind of doubting my relationship. Did you doubt your relationship? Or did you doubt your husband before you ended up marrying him? That like he was the right person? And she said, no, like the only thing that was bringing up feelings of doubt was just the whole engagement process felt really like intense, like, whoa, marriage is kind of a big deal. But she like never doubted her future husband, that he was the one that she wanted to be with. And like I said, like she didn't have that much detail. All she said, she was like, Caitlin, I'm going to tell you something that I told your other cousin. You can't marry someone because they're your best friend and you've been together for a long time and because they're a good person. Like you have to be 100% sure. You can't just be like, oh, they're a good person though. We've been together for a long time and they're my best friend, so I'm going to marry them. like that's not enough, because when you
There's
get married,
more to it.
yeah, when you get married, if you're having a fight, you can't just like ignore a text message. You're there and you're with that person, and maybe you have kids, and so you can't just like run away or whatever. And when she said that, I just started crying, because those were all the reasons that I was trying to justify why I was going to stay with him, is because he was my best friend and we'd been together a long time and he was an amazing person. And it just wasn't, my like mind was trying to rationalize staying with him, and my heart just wasn't aligned with that.
God, I hope this guy doesn't listen to this.
I don't think he will.
I remember my second question.
Okay.
So you explained that this guy was willing to do anything for you, right?
Yeah.
And you said that part of you wanted to feel like what that was like without him, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a guy's willing to do anything for you,
Yeah.
my only question is, then what do you want out of a guy if a guy is willing to do anything for you?
And it wasn't enough.
And it wasn't enough. At what point is enough? If you can't question his love and he's willing to do anything for you.
That's a tough question, because I feel like that makes it seem like love is transactionary. Is that a word? Which
No, but I think
We
we
get
know
what you're
I'm
saying.
making it a word.
Well, I don't
Transactional?
know. Transactional. I
Sure.
think is-
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't
which
know.
which
I
it's
get what you're saying.
not, because I'll give an example.
Well, when
That's
you're saying-
that's why I added the point that you can't question his love for you, right? Could you in any way?
No, I knew he loved me. Period.
So I think making that a point discards the idea of a transaction that he would do anything for you.
I think the biggest thing is that when you're finding someone to spend the rest of your life with, it's not about that, right? It's not about what they're willing to do for you, or what they're willing to sacrifice for you, or what have you. You know, it's definitely more than that, and people can define that however they want. I think what I've realized for myself, at least, is that what I want in a lifelong partner is someone who I feel is equal to me. And that's an equal of affection, equal in sexuality, equal in maybe even love language, you know what I mean? Equal in intellect. If someone can confess their love for me day in and day out, but I don't feel chemistry with them, or I feel like we are just two completely different people, or we don't have anything in common, or I don't like their family and they don't like mine, it won't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what they're willing to do for me. But if we don't connect on that level, it's like, okay, well, like, I'm sorry. It's nothing against you, but it's just, there's no spark. There's no connection, right? And I think that's something that a lot of people miss, especially in terms of, like, you know, these last few years, there's been a lot more conversation about like incel culture, right? And you'll see this stuff online about quote unquote nice guys who are like, oh, I'll do anything for you, but you won't be with me. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like, it doesn't matter. You could fucking kill someone for that person, but if they don't feel that connection with you, like,
I agree with you on all those points. But at 4.5 years, like Caitlin as an example, those things would be weeded out, right? In her mind, she would know.
like at that point.
Yes.
Well,
That's why I asked her this question.
I'll just say that, like,
I definitely have something to share about that. But
are you, because, okay, so, like, I feel like people, okay, my grandparents, for example, my grandpa proposed to my grandma, like, on her the night of her high school graduation, and they've been together for, like, ever since, which is so, and I remember on there, I was on a trip with them during their 55th wedding anniversary, and I asked what the secret was to, like, being together for so long. And one of the things that they said is, like, accepting that you are your own each of you are your own independent people and you are going to grow, period. And like, you don't have to love the same exact things, and you can go and do what you're going to do during the day and then come back for dinner and have dinner with each other and talk about what you did. And like, you don't have to be the exact same person, and accepting that like the person that you marry or whatever, when you first start dating them, isn't going to be the same person that you end up with 50 years later. They're going to be a different person. But I think for me, when I was thinking, like, I started dating him when I was 20, and he was 19, and I just wasn't the same person. I like hit a point where I was like, I don't know if I can grow on a personal level while I'm still with him, especially since I didn't realize how I had limited myself while being with him until I had broken up with him. And so I don't, and it's like, one of the things too is when I had mentioned to him, hey, I'm like, I haven't really been happy the last few months. He in his mind, he was like, yeah, I haven't really been that happy either. But he said for him, it was because he couldn't figure out what he wanted to do with his career. So we wouldn't be able to move into the next step of like being engaged and like financially secure to get married. And that's not where I was. He had even said multiple times within the last year of our relationship, like, oh, I should just get like a 9 to 5 office job so I can be financially secure, and then we could get married. And I was like, I always said, no, don't do that, because then what? We're married and you have a job you hate? That doesn't make any sense to me, because I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't get a job that I hate so we could get married. Like, I wasn't willing to make those sacrifices so we could just like move into that next step. And so that's how I knew we weren't on the same page, is when we had that conversation.
Listen, you solved my question when I asked that you felt like your growth stopped, you know, at yeah. You solved my question for me. That's what I was searching for, and you answered it.
I think for me,
with that being said, I gotta piss.
Right.
Oh my god.
I'll just answer because I know I've given this spiel before to Philip, but I'll just say this to the viewers. I think what makes relationships extremely hard is not when things are terrible, it makes it easy, right? When you have reasons to break up with someone, it's easy. Like, oh, they cheat on me, they treat me like shit, we have nothing in common. You know what I mean? It's not a question in your mind. But when you're in the middle, when things aren't terrible, but they're not necessarily like perfect or great either, that's when it's difficult, because that's when you're thinking like, well, I have no reason to break up with this person. I have no reason to be unhappy right now, but I am. You know, and it's like, that's such a hard situation to be in and have mental clarity still, right? Of what your values are and what it is that you want, because you're not miserable, you're fine. You know what I mean? You're content, but it's still not enough. And you can't help but question, like, well, is that the person? Is that me? Like, it's just too difficult to navigate. And I think that's what does take courage, is when you're in that situation, to still realize what it is you want and what it is your needs are, and to be able to make that decision of, even though I have something good, it's not satisfying my needs, and I'm going to have to end this, whether or not it is a mistake or not. You know, you don't know at that point in time. But with that being said, like, it's like kind of what you were saying before, it's unfair to yourself to continue down that route if you're not completely happy, if you're not completely sure that this person is the one for you, especially if it's like what you said, the opposite, if that person is so certain that you're the one for them.
Well, that's why, like I said, like, it was literally one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make. And I really believe that if it weren't for COVID and social distancing and quarantining, that I don't think I would have realized it. I don't, like, not to sound dramatic, but I kind of woke up to like the reality. And it could have been when he was down on one knee and I realized, oh shoot, I don't want this. Like, I really think that this timing worked out this way for a reason. And
It's
I
hard.
don't know.
It's really
It's-
hard. And that's one thing that I've always said about my ex. She was never like a bad girlfriend. She never treated me bad.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of great times. Most of the times were positive,
Mhm.
you know, and I've even told that to my current girlfriend. She was not a bad girlfriend. But there was still something there that I wasn't fulfilled,
Mhm.
you know, and that was the reason why for a while I would always have those thoughts too of like, dude, I don't know if I want to be with this person. I don't know
Mhm.
if I want this person to be the one and only forever.
And
know?
once you realize that too, like you can't shake it. Like once you recognize that within yourself,
It's
can't,
always there.
You can't ignore it.
Mhm.
Period. Yeah.
If I could make 2 points before I walked away, I just want to clarify what I meant before I walked away. I think the idea that your personal growth is stopping because of your relationship, I think that's a justified reason.
It's reason enough.
Yes. And second, I think we should move on with the conversation and stop picking on Caitlin and
No,
her
you're not
past
picking.
relationship.
You're not picking on.
Yeah, but I feel like we can.
I want to hear what you
Yeah,
all
we
have
can
to
move
say.
on.
I really
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
We could all share on.
Yeah.
Real quick, just to finish that first and initial question.
Almost
do,
1 hour in.
Do you have a definition for love that you'd want
I
to
have
share?
a lot to say. I've been holding
You've been
in.
quiet.
Go
Let's hear it.
ahead.
You have been quiet.
I'm
Let's
ready.
hear it.
Back to what you were saying about ending a relationship when things aren't bad. I think it takes courage enough to hurt someone, however bad this sounds, for the betterment of yourself. Just saying that. But also what you were saying about all the reasons that you were staying with your ex-boyfriend were the reasons why my ex-girlfriend was staying with me.
Mm.
And it takes a lot for me to say that because I didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't realize that she was just staying with me because of the 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But to her, it was that. But to me, it was like, well, you're just gonna, you know what I mean? Everything that we've been through is just gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
about being a good guy. I'm not the greatest guy, but I wasn't gonna be
You're good, sir.
like a shit bag. You know what I mean? In the long run,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be like this horrible person
Yeah.
that was gonna, do her wrong or you know what I mean, just
Mhm.
hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
To her, it was what you were feeling, but to me, it was like, well, what else could you see in anybody else?
Right. Yeah.
And the second, what was the second? It was how long you
It's
been
like,
together? Good
been
guy.
together a long time.
Best
your
friend.
best
Best
friend.
friend.
Yeah.
And I was exactly that.
Yeah.
Because what I was always told is that she would always tell me is that she had no friends,
Mm.
right? So when I was all those things to someone, I didn't realize how lonely I was in a sense.
Mhm.
If that
Mhm.
makes sense. I didn't realize that even though I was all those things to her, like it didn't really matter.
Mm.
Like you was saying, like there was she probably felt nothing there, or like no spark.
Something missing.
There was something missing,
Mhm.
but I couldn't understand that,
Yeah.
And I tried to salvage it for a very long time after,
Mhm.
the breakup. But now that I feel that I'm able to admit those things, I feel like that's growth on my part. And it's also growth on her part because I don't blame her for thinking that maybe she wasn't growing
Mhm.
with me,
Mhm.
And I think that's one reason why I can't really define love now, because I think there's very different loves at very different stages of your life.
Mhm.
Like we had our love, but I wouldn't say that's my love. That would be my love, like 10 years from now.
That's a good point. I didn't
That's
think
well
about
put.
that.
God
So-
damn it, Andy. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was fucking well put, man. Poetic.
So I don't want to be like that cliche guy, like, oh, I don't know what the fuck love is. How do you even define love? But like you
If you're
really
if you're
can.
an adult in modern time, I don't think you can define love
Mhm.
perfectly,
Yeah.
especially at our age.
Yeah. literally what I said earlier. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right
That's fine, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing either.
Neither do I.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Neither do I.
But I love that.
No, but I kind of love that too, because to me at least it makes life interesting.
more
It's
exciting.
more it is more exhilarating. You know, I do have my
Yeah.
moments where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? But there are
Yeah.
very
You're doing it
different-
well, bro.
there are
You're doing it very well.
There are very different sides of that moment.
Yeah.
Because
I live through you right now.
Oh my god.
when I'm in okay, this might be very personal.
Share
when
it,
I'm
bro.
in bed, when I'm just like looking at a movie on Netflix and I'm just like thinking about shit, I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? But then when I'm in the shits and I'm just like in crazy situations, I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? You know, there's very different connotations
Fuck
to
yeah.
it. So
When-
I understand that.
When me and Andy were on the porch, smoking some shisha,
Yeah, I wanted to ask what you guys are talking about.
we were talking about relationship and shit like that. But one thing I said to Andy is that I understand why my parents or our parents didn't want us to get into relationships at a young age. It's fucking hurtful, especially at a young age. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, you
But
don't know
then
who
again-
you are,
But
dude.
then,
Yeah.
But then again, that's a stepping stone to life. Because if I
Yeah.
was to go through the things that I did when I was a teenager or when I was a kid, now I wouldn't learn the things that I know until I was early 30s or mid 30s.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like I get it, but at the same time, like it's a question like, do I let my kids do the same things? Do I let them struggle like I did?
I feel like you have to, right?
Yeah.
You have to. And
I-
sorry, go ahead and finish your thought.
What I was gonna say is like, when it comes to having children, in my mind, at this moment in life, I want to provide as many roads that they want to go down. And if they want to go down that road, okay. Like I will be the safety net to make sure that they are okay at the end of the day. But if they choose that, like let them go through it. They have to experience it and fail or succeed, whatever it may be. But they chose that. I didn't put that on them, But I provided the avenues that they need to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I kind of wanted to add. I mean, when my relationship ended, my last one, everybody left and right was telling me, stay single. Do not get into another relationship, right? And I definitely understand that. You know what I mean? Now, even being in this relationship, I understand, like, yeah, like, it makes sense. I should have, on some aspect, on some perspective, some opinion, it could have, quote unquote, been better to stay single. But I think I've reached this point where I realize all you can do in life is go with what you want at the moment. You know what I mean? And that's what being true to yourself is. Don't do something because someone else is telling you to do it, right? Do something because you want to do it. And if you go down that route and you don't like that route anymore, still be honest with yourself. Still say, like, okay, I did this, but you know what? I did this because this is what I wanted at the time.
That's
but
on you.
But it's okay to change your mind. It's
Yeah.
okay to be like, you know what? I thought I wanted this, but I don't. And I think that was the biggest lesson I learned in my last relationship, is to be honest about your needs and your desires, and don't feel some expectation of like, okay, I made this initial decision, I absolutely have to see it out, like see it through the end, right? Because you don't. You're in charge of your own life. No one can tell you what to do. All these expectations that society or your family or your friends or whoever put on you, it's all bullshit. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with your own life, So it might as well just be true to yourself and do whatever the fuck you want in the moment, and do whatever the fuck you want to do in the future. If you change your mind, that's completely fine. And change your mind,
Yeah. And I think, at least for me, when I decided to end my relationship, like, which I don't want to sound, this is going to sound so, like, conceited or whatever, but a lot of our friends put us on a pedestal. Like, a lot of our friends.
Like goals, like couple goals.
Yes. There was literally, we're not really friends, but this one girl literally would tell us, like, you guys are goals. And we literally felt so awkward about it. But people in our life were excited for us to get married, and we're excited for us to be together. And
I was the same with him and his last girlfriend.
Oh, dude, I was
Like-
about to say, man, even my parents, They were like,
Yeah.
"Yep, y'all are set. Like
Yeah.
y'all are the ones."
Yes.
And that's hard to like be like,
yes.
Nah, that's not what I'm feeling.
And
I don't feel the same.
yeah.
No deal.
And like, but also surprisingly, not surprisingly, but a lot of my friends, like when I told them, hey, this is done, or like it's over, they were so supportive because they understood, like, because they knew me and they knew that I wouldn't have ended it if I knew that it wasn't like the right decision. Like I knew that it was the right decision. Even the next morning after, like, I broke up with him, I knew it was the right decision. And so many of my friends were like, yes, that was the right thing to do. And even though they loved us together, they loved us as individuals enough to be like, okay,
to support your individual decisions.
yes. And but yeah, I think even James, like even when after your breakup and you had talked about possibly dating again, I like got pretty upset
Yeah, I remember.
because I was
Good.
like,
You weren't the only one.
because I really, really did want that time of singleness for you to like explore. And
Me too.
Oh my god! See,
I don't think
Philip and I vibe. Like I don't know.
I don't think this is a surprise to him, but I was telling him the same things that I told Andy.
Yeah, just
Of
fuck
course,
around.
yeah, of course he chose a different route.
But
But at the end of the day,
This
I
is-
did have a conversation with you that if it made you happy, then that's
Yeah.
fine.
And this is something that I want to touch on. This is like
Okay.
leads to another question that I did have
Okay.
for everybody.
I
But,
feel like, what are we even talking about right now? Do you have like questions in your mind of what you want to talk about?
just like general topics. But while we're on it, this is what I'm going to add, and this is what I learned. You know what I mean? When I first met Emily, like I was so infatuated. You know what I mean? Just because I have never been with someone like her before.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I mean, it doesn't really matter, honestly, that Andy isn't here at this moment because this question is more for us to answer, me and you, Phil, since we're the ones in relationships.
Okay,
All right.
And I
Let's
want
do this.
complete honesty.
Just kidding.
let's do it.
Do you think the relationship you're in right now is the end all be all? This is going to be the person you're with the rest of your life?
No. I
Holy
know
shit.
a lot of people are going to hear this and think, wow, that's a shitty thing to say. But if you don't question your relationship all the time, I don't think you're a normal human being. I don't think
All the time?
all the time, yes. Because I don't feel like you are in touch with yourself if you don't question things all the time. And my relationship is one of those things that I question all the time. I was telling Andy this on the
Wow.
porch. At the end of the day, do I think, is this worth it? Right? Is it worth going over there and sacrificing personal time? Is it worth going over there and dealing with it, with whatever drama may be going on at the time? Is it worth sacrificing things that I can be prioritizing in my life that make me happy? Is it worth it? And I think that's a normal thing to do. You should be able to question what is going on in your life 24/7. 24/7, yeah.
What?
I
Wow.
don't even know if my career is what I want to do the rest of my life. I don't even know where I want to live is where I want to be the rest of my life. I don't even know if these guys are going to be in my life 24/7. Right?
That's kind of sad.
I-
Isn't that exhausting though?
No.
What?
I think that is a very realistic way to look at life. Because
Shit changes.
tell me, did you not have a best friend in junior high that you don't have a best friend now?
Okay, sure. Okay.
Or did you think you were going to be
But
living
You're-
now that
when you
in the
got with
past, yeah.
your boyfriend that you just broke up with, did you not think in the beginning that you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with them? If you would have questioned in the beginning, I'm sure you would have been easier at this point. The breakup, right?
Yeah, what makes
It ju-
breakups hard is when you have some type of commitment in
Yeah.
your mind.
He
Exactly.
makes a good point because if you never would have questioned yourself during COVID, you said yourself you would have probably stayed with him.
I'm not
So
Yes,
saying.
okay,
healthy.
yes.
Listen, people hear what I'm saying and will question my love for my girlfriend. I don't question my love for my girlfriend. I love her a lot, and I'm gonna spend my 2-year anniversary painting a fucking canvas of a picture that I paid, a picture that of me and her, you know. But it's not
Beautiful.
unhealthy to question a relationship.
But
I'm living very in the moment when it comes to my relationship and my career and my life. And I think that's how most people should live. I think the most dangerous point is when people don't.
But 24/7 though, that's
Yeah.
like that's a lot to question, like all the time.
Is it a lot because you've never done it, or is it a lot just the perspective?
No.
of
Yeah,
it?
I gotta
Attacked?
go. Actually, I
I feel attacked right now.
no, I do. Think
I don't think I do it 24/7 because I definitely like there's moments in my relationship where I definitely feel super like secure and super like, you know what, maybe she is the one. And I ride that moment out, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely moments, but I mean, there's definitely points I'm sure you question.
Well, my answer is I don't think this is it. I definitely don't think so.
And is there anything wrong with that?
No. You
No,
know?
I
All 4 of us here. Is there anything wrong with that?
no.
Things are good right now. But I know that we want where we want to go in life is going to lead us down different paths. She's going to have to go one path and I'm going to have to go another. And that's fine. You know what I mean?
If
I'm gonna
that
enjoy-
happens, right?
If that happens, yeah. But I know like where our aspirations are or where our dreams are is going to lead us to different places.
Mhm.
Like
And
physically and mentally.
lead you to being happier individuals.
Yes, exactly. And you know, if it reached that point where we're not happy in the moment, I mean, I feel like I have more courage now than before to say, "Hey, it's time to break this off."
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
I'm fine where I'm at right now, and I'm pretty sure she is as well. So.
I've made it a big idea in my relationship that self-happiness to me is more important. Even if she found someone that made her happier, or if she just
Excuse
felt
me.
like this relationship wasn't good enough, you know, to make her happy, and she wanted to end it, that's fine with me.
yeah,
But
it
at
is
the
what
end
it
of the
is.
day, I want to be a happy individual, and I want her to be a happy individual. That's what matters to me.
Yeah.
And if I can live my life as an individual, and she can live her life as an individual, and we can live those lives together, then
Mhm.
I'm down for that. I was telling Andy this on the porch again. The best video I've ever seen is when Will Smith explained his marriage before. You
The
know.
entanglement.
No. Before that,
Said the
there's a
same shit
video.
outside.
There's a video long before that where he explained that him and his wife came to the agreement that, you know, they're both individuals and they're gonna live their life separately, but they're gonna do it together. That may be a hard concept for people, but as an individual, they're living their lives. They're experiencing things as an individual, but they're doing it together. They're sharing it together.
yeah.
And I
Mhm.
think that's it's hard to say because, you know, the things we know now. But I think that's a way to live right there.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that always pops up in my mind that's hard to shake is that I feel like we're getting into this point in our society where we're realizing that a lot of our beliefs and what we hold in high regard are just made up or make believe. They're social constructs, quote unquote, right? And if you look through most of human history, love it wasn't really a thing. You know, you got married out of convenience or out of what would benefit your family or what would benefit yourself. This idea of true love is a fairly new thing in terms of the history of humankind. It's a very, you know, romantic ideal that came from our romantic revolution in our culture and this idea of individuality and self-happiness. And that's something that's hard to shake, you know? Is love real, or is it just something that our generation was raised to believe, you know? And you could have arguments for one way or the other, but what kind of makes me think that it's not quote unquote real in terms of this, you know, cinematic true love story of and they lived happily ever after is the fact that you look at most of these relationships and they do end eventually, or they reach this point where they just tolerate each other, right? And that was one thing that I struggled with a lot in my relationship is I would go to these people who are in long-term in very long-term relationships, and they'll say, oh, that's normal for any relationship. You're gonna lose the spark. You're gonna not feel the same when you first started dating, but that's every relationship. And that's what these people said, and you could take that for what it is, but I know for myself I questioned like is that all it is then?
Did they build a norm out of it?
Yeah, like is it just they grew to accept that? Like it was hard for me to accept this idea that like, yeah, you're gonna date someone, it'll be fun for the first 6 months to a year, and then it just fucking doles out, and then you live the rest of your life tolerating each other. Like I don't want that. I know for myself I don't want that. And now the question is there truly this idea of true love? Or is that fucking make-believe, and you're better off just either being single, or you ride every relationship for however long it lasts, or, like, for all we know, the answer is fucking, polyamorous relationships, you know? I don't fucking know. None of us fucking know. Like, this is all fairly new. Yeah, I mean, most of the animal kingdom don't have these, like, relationships that last for life. You know,
lobsters,
except penguins.
Except penguins and lobsters. But I mean, you look
So
at
that's
our,
only two.
You look at our closest ancestors, who are great apes, and they don't do that. You look at chimpanzees; they don't have lovers for life. No, they fucking mate with people left and right, and they literally raise children as a group. It's not like, oh, this is my child, I'm gonna raise it. No, it's like this is the child of our group. So we're all going to raise this child. Like, we don't know. We don't fucking know that, you know? And that's, I don't think that's something that you could just dismiss.
Yeah. It's a good point because...
Go ahead. You start first.
I think before now, I guess all the time before now is what I'm saying, is that love and marriage was very selective. Right, you kind of got told who you're gonna marry. If you love someone and you wanted to marry them, it was very like it was odd, right? You're like, well, no, I don't want to marry, who you've been telling me to marry. I want to marry this guy.
So I'm in
makes me
love
feel
with this person.
Who makes me feel this way?
Which I just want to throw in real quick. I don't even know if that existed until there was like art that depicted that idea.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is now I think maybe that love is very subjective now.
Yes.
Because I think now that we have the free will to love, I think it is people are trying to define it, right? Because
it's very personal.
Yeah, because you could have, like you said, like dudes who have like 3 wives. Have you ever seen one of those dudes fucking unhappy? No.
Fucking Andy.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
All right.
I mean, I have a family friend who's how old is he now? He's in his like 40s, early 40s, mid 40s. He's never settled down. Doesn't have any kids. His longest relationship was maybe a couple years. And that's what he does. Yeah, that's what he enjoys. That's what he likes.
That doesn't mean he's unhappy.
No,
right?
He's definitely not. He's definitely not looking for a wife. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing. I don't want to give this impression that I think there's this ultimate truth that works for everybody, right? Because obviously I don't think so. It's a very personal thing. Everybody has to find out what works for them. But I think that for these, at least, our generation and the generations before us, our parents, grandparents, maybe even great grandparents, there's this expectation that you find the one, But outside of that didn't really exist, It was kind of more of like, it was like a job. It was like, you must marry this person because it's going to benefit the family.
It was a survival tactic.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't about, oh, that's going to be your true love. No, it was that, this is going to benefit both families, so you both must get married and you must raise kids. And then it was like, okay, that's what we got to do, But it's like, I don't know, things aren't that simple.
You don't need that to survive.
No. You don't need marriage to survive at all.
Well-
No. You don't need a partner to survive.
I think now.
You don't.
No, you don't.
You truly don't.
Physically, you don't. Yeah.
I think people.
Some people might think so mentally.
I think people now are very self-conscious. I think a lot of people now are thinking for their own. I think love is very malleable now. I think people, you can define. I mean, you have people fucking in love with cars. Like very.
Man, you got people in love with like fucking blow up dolphins
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
but who's to say that's not love, right?
Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, dolphin.
Who am I to say? Like,
what was that,
not-
like My Strange Addiction or something?
There's
Yeah.
definitely a car on.
Yeah, there was
A
But
car.
who am I to say that? Who
I've
am I to
never
say-
heard dolphins before though.
Yeah, there's this guy who like he loved like blow up animals like dolphins or like orcas
Yeah.
and stuff, and he would like hunt them.
To each their
But,
own.
Oh
like,
my
but,
god.
But like, yeah, who am I to say that he's wrong?
Like, nah, you have to be in love with a human.
Ah,
No.
well,
Have you seen the movie Her?
I have seen Her. It's actually a very good
That
film.
movie was sad as fuck.
It is.
I
It
haven't
is
watched
Can you
it.
say that
sad.
could you say that he's not in love?
Okay, let's.
He was in love.
very
I
much
haven't
was in
watched
love.
He was in love. I wonder if Philip
You-
would even
you have to
like
watch
that
that.
film. Actually,
He would.
What the fuck does that mean?
Ooh, explain
Listen,
it.
I think he would
hold
like
on,
it
hold on,
'cause-
hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold
I
on.
feel like-
Hold the fuck on. I would say that I am one that loves a great story and great cinematography. Okay.
it is okay. Then
Does
you
it have
will like it.
Does it have any of those?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I will fucking
Great
like
story.
it.
Yeah.
Just because, like, never mind.
I feel like it would make you upset a little bit.
Why?
I just feel like it would get you worked up.
In what way?
I can't explain it.
All right, then.
It's hard to
why are you saying
explain.
these things?
Just watch it and let me know.
I think it's on Netflix still, right?
It should still be on Netflix.
I don't know.
I think it's on Netflix.
Maybe.
But I don't know, man. I'm to this point now where it's like,
I'm kind of triggered.
are you? I'm to this point, man. Like
I fucking love great films. Okay, if it's a great film, then I can enjoy it.
Listen,
What
if
the
you,
fuck's
if
going
you
on
like
here?
it, yeah, you'll probably like it.
I feel like you would like it. You like Ex Machina, right?
Of course.
I think you'd like it.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
what's going
you'd
on
like
here?
it.
Same concept. Same
I
concept.
don't know. It's just a vibe that I'm getting. Wait, what I would like to talk about,
Uh-huh.
because James,
Yeah.
you've talked about like this conversation of you spending your life with someone and then all of a sudden just like being unhappy, like having kids, whatever. Well, I want to talk about the one, and
Okay.
like if everyone here their feelings on the one
Like if that's real.
If that's real,
fucking
No.
ready for this.
/ soulmates, whatever you want to call that.
No.
Kaylin, I'm very sorry to say this, but I think all three of us are in the same.
Well, I'm probably in the
boat.
same boat, actually.
Soulmates
Really?
don't exist. They do not exist.
I think we have soulmates.
What?
Okay,
Okay.
let's
I
hear
don't think
it.
we have a soulmate.
I don't.
Okay,
Oh,
but
we know, we all think
what
the
does that
same.
mean though? What is a soulmate?
I think we are very much
Well,
compatible with.
How often? Well, you can look at statistics. How often do first marriages end?
Okay, but that's not what we're
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
50%.
It's 50%. Second marriages. Second marriages. Do you know the percentage?
Don't.
It's the same as the first. 50%.
God damn.
Goddamn.
And
Okay.
in your
So I'm never
mind,
getting
in your
married.
mind, you think you're marrying your soulmate, right?
No, but what is a soul? What does that mean though? What's the
Okay,
who is
okay,
the one?
okay,
What
we
is the
can-
one?
we
And
can-
what's a soulmate then?
We can individually define what we think a soulmate is, but at the end of the day, are we correct when we choose that person? Obviously, no. Statistically, no. Because if you look at marriages, no.
Well, I think it's a flip of a coin, right?
Sure.
That's exactly what it is. Right.
Even then, though, it's I don't know. I don't think you can even pay attention to that statistic, because who's to say like the 50% that do stay with someone is because they found their soulmate and not because they're just comfortable
Or
they're-
content, yes.
or too scared to get a
But
divorce.
is that
or
against
something.
what I'm saying, or is that for it? I don't know.
What are you saying?
Like, it's a flip a coin, right?
Yeah, I think
because they're content,
I
or,
just- I
or
don't-
if they are actually have what they
I don't
want.
think it exists. I don't think it exists. And the biggest thing is this, because some people, well, to begin with, it's very subjective, right? Everyone can define a soulmate however way they want. And even if some people were to define it as, oh, you never fight and it's like a fucking fairy tale every day, that's not healthy. That's not fucking healthy. If you never disagree or argue with the person you're with, that's not fucking healthy. Okay? I don't care who you are, that's not healthy.
Or is it the healthiest?
No. That's not fucking healthy. Because you're two different people.
Period.
You're two different people.
It's most unhealthy, especially when you have a child and you don't do it in front of them. And then when they get older, you start fighting in front of them. And then they're like, whoa, where
Or
the
even
fuck is
then-
this coming from?
Even then, like, disagreement
Fuck them
is
kids.
disagreement is part of human nature. It's part of the human experience. And if I don't know, it's not healthy. Even my therapist has said that. Like, yeah, if
Wow.
you're never fighting with your partner, that's not fucking healthy. That means one of you are keeping things internally and just letting it like build up.
Yep.
You know. But even then, yeah, I don't think it's true. Like, it's all fairy tale. It's all make believe. There's gonna be hard days, no matter who you're with. There's gonna be days where you're like, God damn it, why the fuck am I waking up with it next to this person?
This fucking bitch.
But I think it comes down to a decision. It comes down to the decision of, is this person worth putting that extra effort of, like, you know, I'm not thrilled right now, but I'm gonna put that energy towards making
But
things
that's a good question. What makes a person worth that extra effort?
That is up to you to decide.
Exactly.
That
Literally,
is up to
no
you to
idea
decide.
at this point.
I want to know. I have a question. This idea of a soulmate. What in your mind originates, like, back to that idea of a soulmate?
It's
From-
romantic
from-
ideas,
from,
dude.
From childhood. Where
from
did you
childhood?
get that? Where did you get that idea from?
Movies,
obviously.
Yeah, movies.
What movies?
Fucking
Disney?
51st Dates, The
Titanic.
Wedding Singer,
Disney.
Titanic.
That's it.
Titanic. Wow.
Titanic.
She let him die. There was plenty
Okay,
of room in that fucking door.
All right.
Titanic and Titanic, yes. Disney, I think is the
Definitely.
biggest one.
Yeah,
especially
Disney.
now in modern time.
Yeah, Disney.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking fairy tale and it's so unreal,
Yep.
and people
Eat it up, dude.
fucking live by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live by it.
Yeah.
You know, this might be controversial to say, but Disney adults, man, something ain't quite right. Like, if all you live
people
for,
who love Disney, like,
like-
as adults,
like,
is that what you're saying?
Excuse me.
like,
What'd you say?
it's okay to like Disney, but if your sole center of your personality is Disney material, I'm sorry, that shit ain't normal.
You mean going on the Indiana Jones ride doesn't make me adventurous?
All right.
Man, this
If
is
that's
this
the
is this
fucking
is
cornerstone of your personality, then
this is
Honestly,
controversial
I
in my
agree.
in my mind. But if you have a fucking annual pass to Disney, I don't know, man. Like, it's questionable.
I think
don't
that's
know.
a little like, because if you have the money for it, right?
Sure.
And it's just like, you just want shit to do. Like, okay, sure. But if you're one of those people,
You're in California though. Like,
that is fair.
what
That is fair.
What the? You know, like, come on.
Dude, if I had an annual
Okay,
pass,
but if you're a millionaire, then it's like, I'll get an annual pass just to have it. I might not even fucking go, but it's
If-
like, whatever. It's a drop in the bucket, right?
But the same thing, if you're a millionaire, you could fucking buy the park out yourself.
Not for a minute. If you're a man, you better be a trillionaire to buy the fucking park.
Millionaire? No, it doesn't take much to rent out the park.
The whole park yourself?
Yes,
How much does it cost?
I think it costs like $5 million. That's not trillionaire numbers right there.
But I mean, if you have 2 million net worth, you're a millionaire, right?
oh, come on.
Okay. Whatever.
Are
Moving
you not
on.
a millionaire?
But we're going from trillionaire
Are
to
you-
like 2
are you
millionaire.
gonna tell
Come
me that I'm
on.
wrong? Okay. Okay, fine. You have to be like 100 millionaire for it not to phase you. Not to phase you. You know?
That's an argument where your millions are at, right?
Either way,
Okay, whatever.
either fucking way, if you are obsessed with Disney as an adult, that shit ain't right.
Okay. Can I just
Let's
say?
just say
We can all agree on that.
Where,
If you
where-
work there.
Okay, where do we think Kevin Hart? Where do we think Kevin Hart is at?
Kevin Hart.
His net worth. He rented out Disneyland.
Oh, dude, he has to be worth at least 200 mil. At least 200 mil. Dude, that guy fucking sells out stadiums, bro. It's crazy to think about where he came from. Because I remember seeing him in Scary Movie, and I'm like, who the fuck is this
I remember
dude?
seeing him 40-Year-Old Virgin
That too, man.
when he was just a haggler. He was just trying to
Yeah.
talk
And
shit
now
to the
look
buyer.
at him, man. Who would have thought, man? That's amazing. You know, always believe in yourself, people. But anyways, back to the topic at hand.
Okay, can I just say, well,
Yes.
personally, on the topic of the one and the soulmate, I for sure, I'll just say, I used to believe in the one. I used to believe.
Why?
I don't know. I just believed that.
Because of fucking Disney. That's why.
I didn't even
boycott
watch
Disney.
I didn't.
Listen, they
I
keep
did-
fucking bringing up their annual passes and their ticket prices. Fuck them. How much do they make a year? Fuck them, dude.
I think Philip has an ulterior
listen,
motive bringing
listen.
this up.
I think they did a great job buying out Marvel and letting Marvel do whatever the fuck they want. But Disney, go fuck yourselves, dude.
Oh
Like,
my god.
how much is it to get into fucking Disneyland?
Disney's
It's
gonna come
expensive.
after you
I've
right
been in a
now.
while.
Expensive.
They can go
Uh,
fuck themselves. I don't care.
I would like
ain't
to
getting
say-
into Disneyland. Like, they're not gonna fucking hire me for anything.
I would like to say the Circle Podcast as an entity is not reflective of the views of
As an individual,
one individual.
as an
like
individual,
5 in here, bro.
myself, Philip, you can go fuck yourselves.
Oh my god.
I don't
Anyways,
care.
I don't know. I just did.
It's big business, bro. It's
There's
big
only 4
business.
left, and you're dropping them.
They're eating M&Ms over here. Okay,
Sorry,
You want to know?
off the floor first of all.
What bothers me is
on
we
the
look
floor?
at tech
He-
businesses.
Bro, he eats ass. You think he cares? If on the floor?
What bothers
No.
me is we look at tech businesses when they fucking do schemy things to make money. Disneyland is the same fucking thing.
Yes.
They're the same thing.
What about fucking cable companies, bro?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
What are we talking about right now?
All I gotta
I'm
say
sorry,
is
I'm
there's
sorry,
no
I'm sorry,
such
I'm
thing
sorry.
as
Can I
a
just
one.
say?
I'm
can I
done,
just
I'm
say-
done, I'm done.
I'm gonna,
What the fuck is that?
it's a ghost.
Oh,
All I gotta say is this:
No.
we are made to have sex and pass our DNA down. That is our main fucking motivation of survival. If you go down to an evolutionary mode, an evolutionary instinct, okay? So fucking have sex, everybody.
And the
Fuck
question,
Oh my God.
marriage,
Oh God.
have sex, fuck left and right.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
The argument is how many people do we need in this fucking world that we all need to do that, right?
What do you
10. Exactly 10.
mean? Wait, what? Wait, what?
How many people do we need in this world to all do that to survive?
Oh, to survive?
2.
I would say at least a few thousand.
Well, what's surviving?
Well,
What's the
you need
definition of
some-
surviving?
you need-
As a species.
You need some genetic diversity. You know, if we only have like 10,
But do-
we're like cheetahs, bro. We're gonna be dying out like any day now.
Like let's say this
Like cheetahs?
Let's say
They're
this,
endangered.
This house condo, right? Do
Uh-huh.
every one of these people in this house condo need to have sex to survive the human race.
I think we need more. Cause think about it, like okay, let me think. There's 2 females and there's fucking 4 males. All right, there's definitely gonna be some inbreeding going on. And
If you look at the Middle East, that's
Ew.
already going on, bro.
all right,
Dude,
listen.
we were built on
Like I was saying
inbreeding. What
before,
are you talking
yeah, the
Hey,
opinion of the Circle Pod
you
as
can
an
argue-
entity
Oh my
is
God.
not
You-
reflected
oh
by
my
the
God.
individuals.
He can say what he wants, but statistics don't prove what I say.
Listen, let's get
I
something
remember
correct.
when we were
the
talking about love?
Europeans,
I
the
don't-
Europeans are the fucking kings of inbreeding. Okay, let's get something
about?
fucking
Look where
right.
we are now. Thriving.
I'm just a guest. I'm just a guest, by the way.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, go back.
Man, everyone's so scared to fucking say some shit.
We don't have
Okay.
soulmates.
I just.
The what?
Well, I
We don't have
just.
soulmates. There's no soulmates. There's no
I
soulmates.
just
We have
can
soulmates.
can I say the shit that I want to say or no?
Go ahead.
No. You gotta talk louder. That's what we gotta do.
I didn't say no. What the fuck you looking at me like that for?
I have a
He
point to
said
make
no.
after you share your
Okay.
opinion.
Go ahead. So,
What I
we're
want
going
to
back
say is,
Okay, go ahead.
I used to believe in the one wholeheartedly. That
You already said that.
there's one person. Yeah, but some people interrupted me.
Damn, guess what?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm
I'm
trying to
sorry. I'm
fight.
messing with you. I'm sorry.
Guess
I'm sorry.
what? He wasn't the one.
Anyways,
Damn.
That's a good thing.
Damn.
That's a good thing.
anyways, but one of my friends convinced me that the one wasn't real, and then
What'd she say?
How?
Yeah. We need.
he just told me, he was like, it doesn't make any sense.
Why?
because there's so many people on
There's
this
fucking
planet.
8 billion people on this planet.
And I was like,
you
okay,
can tell me you found your
yes.
fucking love
That's
in
all I
Long
wanna
Beach?
hear.
Right down the street.
all right, all right,
Is it Long Beach?
yes.
God damn it!
So
Do we gotta bleep that? Do we have to bleep that?
Dude, I
Long
haven't been
Beach.
bleeping shit in the last
That's,
like 3
that's
episodes.
very general. That's very
that's
general.
not.
Pretty general. There's a
that's
lot of
just-
people in Long
That's
Beach.
a city. We don't.
Yeah.
Where do we live?
We ain't there.
That was just in Atlanta.
Let's
This
start
is
with
So-
City.
I mean, I guess we've been talking about Disneyland for a while. So.
Doesn't start with an A. It doesn't end with an M.
We could be
All right,
anywhere.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
We could be anywhere in
fucking
California
guy.
right now. First of all,
Okay,
They know we're in SoCal. They fucking know.
Sorry,
and-
go ahead.
and
I don't even know why we bleep anymore.
while I was with my ex-boyfriend, even the 4.5 years, I met people that I like vibed with, where I was like, oh, wait, do I have feelings for them? I don't know. And then I'd
When
be
you
like,
say
no, no, no.
people, you
Guys.
mean- okay.
I would
I'm just-
become friends with guys.
What?
Fair enough.
What? And then I'd be like, oh, do I like have feelings for? Oh, no. I don't.
I
Because I would choose. I would choose him. I'd be like, no. I choose him. I'm with him. And so that showed me that the fact that I could like be with someone that I loved so much and so deeply and still choose him at the end of the day showed me that like there's multiple people like throughout in life and in the world that you could vibe with and connect well with and still choose the person that you ultimately
But
want to
do
be
you
with.
also
And
think
so
you
that's
also-
how I know
there's
that the
no
one
such
isn't
thing
real.
as the one.
And also personally, I don't believe soulmates are just, which I think, James, I told you this one time, that I don't think soulmates are just reserved for someone that you're romantic with. Personally. Like,
Oh,
I
like
think,
friendship?
yes.
Okay.
Like, I think someone, like a soulmate can be like someone, a friend that, like, someone you just very deeply, intimately
That's
connect
a good
with.
point. 'Cause I feel like soulmate is romanticized.
Too
Mhm.
much.
Like when
Nice.
people say soulmate,
Sorry, people.
Soulmate.
someone
yeah.
thinks like, oh, the person I'm gonna spend the rest of my
Two,
life.
I have 2 things to say. One, I think we should wrap up soon because I really want to get a game in of Letters from Whitechapel. And 2, if
Bingo.
for those listening, highly recommend that game. It's a really fun game. And 2, I want to real quick get your opinions. Do you need to have sex with someone before you marry them?
Oh my God. Why?
I'll
Why
go
are we
ahead
going to talk about
yes,
this?
I answer yes as well. Phil,
That's a yes for me.
Caitlin, what is your opinion?
I feel like you already know what I'm going to say. And so,
What are you
like,
gonna
I
say?
feel like this is an
I don't-
unfair question.
I don't know. We haven't talked about this.
Okay,
in a
then
while.
I'll say no.
Why?
Okay. Why do you think no? And then I would love to share my opinion as to why I think yes.
Never mind.
Phil, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
My argument is why are we wrapping up here? But go
Yeah,
ahead.
what the? Yeah.
Do you,
Okay.
do you guys not want to play? I mean, if you guys don't want to play,
No, I
it's okay.
do.
No, I
Why,
feel like
do you have
we're
a
all getting-
bedtime?
I feel like we're all getting at a good level right now, and
I don't know if
the
you guys-
conversation is getting very good.
It's only 10, bro.
Oh, I don't know. Man, sometimes y'all are be like, oh, I gotta go home.
Literally,
That's
I have
also true.
nothing to do.
Okay.
Bro, I'm fucking like almost drunk right now, so I can't go home.
Oh, perfect. Then. All right, cool.
What are we
That's good
talking
to
about
hear.
here?
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So
why-
let's hear your
Yeah,
opinion.
bro.
Okay, why I'm saying no?
Yes.
Before you answer, do you have more questions that you wrote down?
I did have some more.
Okay.
Yes, I did have some more.
Go ahead.
But
I also have
I-
questions.
real quick follow-up question.
I thought you were gonna get more edgy. To be honest,
More edgy?
when you
I'm
asked
sweating.
when you asked
first of all.
upstairs.
Oh,
I thought for sure. It's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
more-
I got pretty edgy. No.
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 Well, okay. Well, I still have some questions. Then.
we are vibing. Look at this.
real quick. I would also like to say, would you test drive a car before you bought it?
No.
You wouldn't
Test
test drive a car before
Maybe.
you buy it?
It depends.
That's
I would not buy a car without test driving it.
What? Can I ask why you're asking this?
It's synonymous to would you have sex with your partner before you
Oh,
marry them?
okay. I bought my Corvette and I drove that bitch around the block and I made sure to fucking pump the gas. I want to make sure that she had the horsepower that they say that it has.
Very understandable.
sex.
The fact that you just said like she and then. Okay,
Oh,
we're
it's-
just gonna.
Oh,
we're
okay.
just gonna move
Here we go. Okay.
Is the Corvette supposed to be non-binary or?
on.
But I would just like to say,
at the end of the day, I'm fucking paying for the
Well,
car.
real
so I'm pretty sure I get to choose
the gender.
Exactly.
It is
Cars
also
are
an
always
inanimate
cheap.
object.
Listen, at the end of the day, the Circle Podcast does not stand by with.
Real quick, I want to hear your opinion why you don't think that matters.
But it's not, it can't be because it's all
I feel
you've
like
known.
this isn't fair.
I want to hear your opinion.
Why?
Like, this is the thing. I don't have the perspective you have. I want to know your perspective.
Because I just personally. Okay.
Listen, okay. Before
What?
you-
How much do I want to say right now?
Before you
Hold on.
answer, I'm gonna say it's
I'm really not trying to troll you.
Me neither.
Like, I hope you know that.
It's
I
gonna-
really hope
Are we
you know
gonna
that.
fight after this?
I hope.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Beat his fucking ass.
I would.
It's gonna be, it's
Oh,
gonna
Y'all-
you don't want
I've
these
been-
fucking hands.
I've been working out.
Oh my god. Okay, you're fucking 10 squats a day.
Dang.
Literally, look at these guns. Are you kidding? Please.
What you know about guns?
What is that?
What you know about guns?
That's
I
a
can't
UFO
see
and a
that.
cactus?
Listen,
Where's
Bro,
the definition?
The camera ain't picking you up right now. Calm down.
I don't need the camera to see. I need
Oh.
her to see. What do you know about that, huh?
Okay, never
know
mind.
about
Just
that.
go.
I gotta drain the main
Okay,
vein
no,
again.
what were you going to say?
We should get a porta potty down here.
I'll
But real quick,
I'll
go
wait.
ahead.
I'll wait.
No, I want to hear what Andy has to say.
All right, what do you got to say, Andy?
All right,
just
fuck
gonna-
this guy. I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, whatever.
No,
No, I
go.
want to hear what Andy has to say.
Yeah, I want to hear it too. Let's hear it.
Fuck you, bitch. It's gonna be hard to soak in what you're saying because you don't know the opposite.
Right.
I feel like we know both ends, right?
We do. Like you can easily say, yeah, I don't have to have sex with someone to know that he's my soulmate, correct?
Mhm.
But it's very easy for you to say that because you've lived it and you've been through it. But
Sex is a deal breaker.
it is.
It is 100.
Really?
It is a deal
It-
breaker.
I feel
It is
people
the
who say that-
only.
people who say really just have not experienced it. I'm not making fun of you for it. Like it's your own personal
Yeah,
decisions.
there's nothing to
There's not-
like.
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
there's no shame at all.
Not at all, but
It's just a different level of connecting with someone.
yeah, it is. It very much is
So
because there's been deal breakers for me.
You don't know.
Sex could be the deal breaker.
Yeah,
but
it
then
can.
sex very much is
The sealer.
yeah.
It can
Well,
be
I'm
like,
nah.
whoa, okay, she's the one.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be oh my god, or it could be like
I feel like sex
Eh.
is the only truly natural way to get a high.
yeah.
It is a whole different way of like I can't think of the word, but like of bliss. Of
I think high is a good word.
of a high. Yeah, like it's just listen, people, you can masturbate all you want. It doesn't compare. It just doesn't compare. There's a whole different feeling to having someone there that you're connecting with on that level.
But because you haven't felt that opposite doesn't mean I don't take your opinion into account. You know what I mean?
Well,
Doesn't mean I
thank
dismiss
you,
you.
Andy.
well, that's what I
No.
was saying.
I'm just
Is
saying.
that
No,
you
no.
still have a different perspective that I want to hear, you know?
Yeah. I don't know because it's hard to say because even it scared me when I ultimately ended things. It scared me that I could be with someone for so long and not know that I wanted to, like, not even realize that I was unhappy / wanted to be with, like, see a future with them. But ultimately, I personally feel like I could be with someone, love them till the ends of the earth, and not have sex with them, and know that I want to spend my life with them. Because, to me personally, I feel like it's teachable. Like, if it's like not good or whatever, I think it's teachable to get better.
Two things I want to say about that. One, I think that's beautiful. Like, to have that amount of connection with someone, that's really deep. And I feel like and this is why I ask. I feel like I never really got to experience that level of understanding of closeness and relationship while I was a virgin, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, I was so naive when I lost it. I didn't have any understanding of love or the idea of spending your life with someone. I didn't know what the fuck that really meant or entailed. You know? I forgot what I was going to say for the second point.
Well,
I would like to say one thing. If that's the case, I feel like if that's true, I'm not questioning what you felt or what you went through. If that's true, man, how fucking hard that would be to break up with someone at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Kudos to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like it was literally the hardest.
It's a good thing.
Fucking hell, I can't imagine.
It's
like knowing someone that close that I haven't been physically that close, and then ending it.
Making that decision.
Yeah.
That's a good thing because just earlier I was talking to another roommate about someone I'm situated with. Who is
Situated.
who I have an entanglement with.
An entanglement.
You're getting me turned on right now, bro.
Yeah, you gonna be caught up for tax fraud or what?
but just that, like they, they're.
Oh fuck! Oh my god, Andy. Is that what she was saying?
Okay.
Oh God.
Kinda. But
Was she saying Andy or Andrew
Oh no.
both?
or Daddy Drew?
She said, "D Drew." Just kidding. Anyways. God damn it, dude! You forgot what I was gonna say.
You're telling your roommate. You're talking to another roommate about someone you were. situated
someone
with.
who I was entangled with, who is very much
entangled.
who is not as experienced as I am, and who
You fuck machine.
Who's a fucking virgin?
okay, yes, but
Just say it, man.
but
Come
like
on.
now it I feel like the pressure is kind of on me. This might not answer your question, but I'm probably just sharing. I feel like now that things are together with. Okay, I'm probably gonna end this. This is probably not answering the
I feel like
question.
the only
What?
non-sober
No, no, no,
person
no.
here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
Well, I'll just say like
When the
I know what
hell
he's
are you
talking
on
about, but he's trying to end it. Before
What is he
gets-
talking about?
No,
What are you
just
talking
keep
about?
going.
He's getting too deep right
Just
now,
keep
and
going.
he's
No,
trying to
no,
end it.
Tell us.
No, no, no.
Come on.
Just keep going.
I want to hear it.
I
What
don't
other
remember your
questions
question
you
in the
got?
beginning.
What other questions you got, James?
I
Let's go.
well,
Go ahead, Caitlin. What was your thought right now?
well, I don't know, because something that at least for me, something that I've been thinking about is like falling out of love. Okay, so like what is being in love, and like can you fall out of love, or is that a choice? Because like the guy that I had gone on a date with that said like at one point I chose to not, I wasn't choosing my ex-boyfriend at the end of the day, like, and because I think alluded to the fact that I fell out of love with him, and he was like, no, I think you chose to not choose him every day.
I
And
think that's a dick thing to say.
really,
I think that's a dick thing to say. I think there is some truth to it, because if you really want to hold on to someone, you'll make it work no matter what. But you can't help what you feel. You can't, unless you're a sociopath or something, you can't really control what you feel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if you just don't feel something, that could be a choice to say, okay, I don't feel it, but I'm going to try my best to, foster those feelings. You could do that, but you have every right to say, I don't feel it, so I'm going to end it here. You have every right to do that.
Wait,
I agree with you to a certain point, but I don't think it's wrong that the guy's questioning at that point. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't like I said, I don't disagree, but at a certain point, someone should question you.
Yes, but like, this is the thing. From my perspective, you know that what I was dealing with for a while. You know what I mean? You know I was questioning for a while. And all that time I was trying, I was making that choice. But you have to reach this point where you realize, like, is enough time enough? Do you do this for the rest of your life of, I don't feel it, but I'm going to try. I don't feel it, but I'm going to try. I don't feel it, but I'm going to try. Or do you reach this point where you realize, you know what, I don't feel it. And no matter what I do, it's not going to change that.
You're exactly right. I agree with you. But your point at whatever point is enough is different from whatever someone else's point is enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, yeah, it's hard because it's very subjective as the idea of love, right?
Yeah, true.
I just think I think people in your life are going to make you see things from a different perspective. I think the fact that he asked you that wasn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? It was very much I think it could have very well been a normal question for him, you know, because he might have gone through, you don't know what he's been through at the end of the day, right? And the fact that he asked you that might have been from the experiences
Somewhat telling,
he's
Yeah.
felt. You know what I mean?
I do think at a certain point I did kind of settle in and feel like, okay, I'm gonna marry him, and we have this cat, and like this is probably what our life
guys
is
had a
gonna
cat
look
together?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're always going back to the cat.
I know.
My question.
We found a kitten together.
When I asked earlier, you know, did anyone really did you confine in, right? Did anyone really question the ideas that you were in?
Yeah. People like ask. What do you mean, like by question?
You were in the mindset that you were in, right? Did
Mhm.
anyone give you a counter argument or idea or whatever it may
Like to
be?
tell you that you're wrong type of thing.
Yes. That's what.
yes.
That's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
When you confide in someone.
I did have a friend who said, basically was like, are you sure? Make sure you think about this, because I think what you and your boyfriend have
You
is
already
like,
said his name. Go ahead.
no, I don't want to say it again.
Like anyone's gonna know.
I think what I don't like about what that person said is I feel like too many people fall victim to that. To this idea that if you're not feeling something, it just means you need to work more at it. And I think that's why you have the divorce rates
So-
that you have.
Okay.
Because people keep thinking,
Well,
But the other argument too is that subtract relationships. Whatever idea you may be in, you have to have a counter argument to it.
oh,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well-
That's why I asked that question.
I feel it.
Well,
to
my-
have another perspective.
my friend said,
Exactly.
she was like, oh, maybe it's just a season of disinterest. Like,
Mm.
make sure you really think about it before you end it, because what you have is really special. And I was like, first of all, I don't want to I don't want to ever have a season of disinterest
I've never
in
had
the
a work-
I've
in the
never had a
person
work
that I
date.
think I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Like, I do think it's normal to question. I do think it's normal to wonder. I really do. Like, I don't want to say that, but to ever be like, I don't know if I'm really interested in this person, and I might marry them, but I don't know.
Let me just ride this out.
I really that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah,
But
I
I
agree with
do.
that.
But I do have friends who were like,
Season of disinterest.
that's literally what
If
she
that's
said.
how-
That's what I mean. I think too many people settle. I think
I don't. Which is
any
I don't
little
want
reason,
to.
That's the thing. Any little reason that turns you off is reason enough to break up with someone.
I want
I agree
to.
100%.
I want to be 100% sure about this person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Whether because honestly, personally, if I'm going to marry someone, I hope it's the one time. I really do. If I end up having to divorce someone, okay, fine. But ultimately, when I'm marrying someone for the first time,
you
I
want
hope
the
it's for
intention to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And-
Statistically,
One of these.
Just blew me.
but
Just blew me.
but I
you
want
got
to
another
be
one of these?
Mango specifically, or any
No. Anyone?
Okay.
I want to be sure. I want to be like, yeah, maybe I kind of don't like these things about them, but I love them despite. Like, I love them despite those things.
That's it right there. I think that's the answer to your first question.
All right, podcast over. Just kidding.
Wait. What?
All I know is I want to taste all flavors of the rainbow before I settle.
Even lemon.
Huh?
Even lemon, baby.
That's the
What?
best flavor.
It's just there's
A-
so
a-
much to
a
experience
rainbow of
in
a
life.
person?
There's so much to experience in life,
Yes.
and you don't truly know what you're into. You know what I mean? Until you experience it.
True.
Yeah, and okay, so I'll say one thing.
And real quick,
This
that
is
was
mine
one
too?
thing. That was.
Oh,
shit,
that might be yours.
this is for both. This is both of these are yours.
No fucking way.
Oh yeah, that's what. Remember, you asked Andy to grab you one.
I didn't grab
Oh,
it. There was
yeah.
no more up there.
I'm chugging it then.
There was none up
Oh.
there.
I'm being lied to. I'm being lied to.
No, no,
I'm
no.
being set
No,
up.
no, no, no.
That's
Circle
yours,
fam.
though.
I'm being
That's
lied
your-
to.
No one else is
I asked
drinking
him. I was
those.
like, I said, "Is James getting you one?" He said, "Yes." So I didn't get one up from above because there was none.
Oh my
anyway.
God.
Real quick, this is something
Sorry.
I remember now that I
I'm
wanted
being
to
set
bring
up.
up. That I wanted to bring up before.
yours.
In
It's
terms
yours.
in terms of the whole sex thing, all right. For all you know, you're into some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? You want to be choked. You want to be slapped around. You want to be tied up. That's
Oh,
completely
calm
fine.
down.
Don't
What
make
are you
those
talking
faces.
about
You don't
here?
know what you want.
You know what I've learned? You know what I've
You
learned?
drinking it?
You just spilled on the couch.
You know, real quick,
I'm just kidding.
real
I
quick.
don't
You
care.
know what I've learned? A surprising amount of people are into that stuff. A surprising amount. You know, maybe I'm into that stuff.
I like
don't
being
know.
choked,
You
dude.
know, who knows? Maybe I'm into it.
This man's
I might
into
not
it.
be alluding to anything, but I will say this: if you find out you're into that stuff, and the person you're with is super vanilla, you're just gonna have that itch that will never be scratched, and that will drive you crazy. You know, no matter if this person is perfect in every other way, if they don't scratch that one itch you have, you're always in the back of your mind like, God damn it, dude, I really need to get that itch scratched.
On a level 1 to 10, how drunk are you?
I think I'm like a 5. I feel like I'm sobering up.
I'm a 7
You-
now.
All right. What are you at?
You're a 7? Oh,
I'm
fuck.
probably a 5.
You're
I
I'm
a
a
really
7
need to
too.
pee. I really
I'm
need
at
to
a
pee.
7 too. But all I have to say to the last thing you said is a lot of people that are gonna listen to this are fucking sober, and they're gonna put one and one together, my friend.
1 and 1 about what?
What you just said?
You're,
About what I'm into?
Yes, exactly.
Well,
You
he-
listen,
he
man.
just said
Listen,
it. He's-
listen. There's no shame, bro. You know.
There's no shame.
No
in
shame.
what you said you're into.
Let's get some whips. Let's get some
But
fucking
the things you-
handcuffs.
the things you said after.
Let's
Done.
get some latex.
Done. I'm into that.
Let's get some fucking ropes. Some like coarse ropes.
Okay,
dude.
let's
coarse
let's
ropes.
talk about.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Remember love? That was so
Coarse
nice.
ropes.
I didn't know I like to
I
be
think that's
choked
part of love, dude.
until I was
Caitlin,
choked.
It's
Until
it's amazing.
honestly,
Until
bro.
I was
Honestly, I
choked.
didn't know I was into that either until I got choked, and I'm like, whoa.
Caitlin, I love
I said,
how
bro, I
innocent
can't
you
breathe.
are.
What is? I'm like, what is this that I'm feeling?
Bro,
Listen, man.
It was the greatest feeling in my.
Listen, growing
Okay.
up in a machismo household, man, and you're expected
Oh,
to be
I have to
this
save this fucking minute that's going on right now.
this minute, and growing up in this
For a short clip on
machismo
Instagram.
household, and you're expected to be the one to show aggression. When someone shows dominance over you, it's just like
It's like, dude, what the hell?
you're just like,
you got a dick too?
Oh my god.
let me get some
I'm
of
with
that.
that.
Okay,
Bro, I'm just saying.
Okay. Let's go back.
I
to
just
the-
never knew pain could be so pleasurable.
Let's
I
go
think
back
that's
to the
point
subject in
that
hand.
I'm trying to say.
I didn't know pleasure could be so painful.
Yeah,
Does anyone have any more questions?
I do have more questions.
Okay,
Let's go,
what are?
let's go,
Let's
shoot 'em
go.
off.
Dude, I
Listen,
really gotta
we're-
pee. I really
Go
gotta
pee.
pee.
All right, just go.
One
then.
question. One question.
I want to hear your answer though. Can you riff for like
Yeah.
2 minutes?
Sure, let's
2
talk.
minutes. 2 minutes.
The boys and I will talk.
All right. I'll be right back.
What are we talking about?
James sucks, man.
Fuck this guy.
I'm kidding.
Wait, you're still here?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucking.
Hey, I saw that.
I'm a solid 7.5 right now.
Wow. Wait,
I'm
what
a
are you
17.
at?
I got whiskey
Wow.
and a fucking. What is this? A Truly?
A truly. This is like so sugary.
Stop.
I don't want to sound like a mom right now, but
You are. That's why I said stop.
you drank before this though. How long have you had this tattoo?
Girl, I had this shit. Nah, I had this probably November last year.
No way.
This one I got for the coronavirus. Actually,
There's 1 gram of sugar.
You got for the
See the
coronavirus?
face mask.
Caitlin, where's your fucking tattoo at?
It's right here. It's small.
What is
Some-
it?
Oh my
Some
god!
waves.
What do you surf, bro?
I love the
Waves.
ocean.
You love the ocean?
God.
I've been
How
wanting.
often are you there?
Hey, excuse me.
How
I
often
hear
are
some
you there?
judgment over here. How
Do you live by
how
the ocean?
often? I live in Costa Mesa.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Wait.
Can you
no,
believe that?
No, wait. That's by the ocean.
Yes.
How far from the ocean though?
What are you doing? Stop! I already had to bleep what she said.
You have to bleep what I said.
No, I'm just saying how far by the ocean.
Yes. Oh my god.
Like
All you gotta bleep is what she said.
some minutes.
Okay. That's good.
No shit. She's right down the street. What the fuck?
And then I got that one.
I go
because-
after work. I go after work sometimes.
I got that one because I like to write. But it's
That's
also,
very cool. I like all of this.
It's my biggest enemy. But whatever. Yeah.
Enemy. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't want
You've gotten new tats since I've seen you, I feel.
Yeah, I have.
This dude's tatted the fuck up.
I've only got one, and that's this one.
Show the
I
camera.
like that. It's nice.
Show the camera. These are my tats.
I got the sun, and my girlfriend got the moon. In the same spot.
I wanna.
That's super permanent.
On myself? Yeah, sure. As an idea, I mean, I guess. How long are you gonna
Wow.
remember this?
I would never.
Oh, don't say never.
Oh
Oh,
no, but I think I will say never. I would never get a tattoo with a partner. Ever.
like, what does that mean though? Like, not at the same time, or like in the
And what do
same
you mean by
place,
Like
or
with
something?
I was with my boyfriend like at the time, and I did not want him to. I told him, I was like, I don't want you to come with me to my tattoo appointment because I don't want you attached to the memory of the tattoo.
Hmm.
Dang, so you were already checked out.
You're
like 3
fucking
years ago.
savage.
Hey, yo,
Jesus
okay.
Christ, God damn.
No, because I didn't want something so permanent to be attached to a romantic partner because I wanted it to be for me.
I get
Nah,
that, but
that makes
how
sense.
much of that is a level of fear? Because honestly, I can say this tattoo, it's just a fucking sun tattoo. If I broke up with my girlfriend,
Still sun tattoo.
it's a sun tattoo. Yeah.
well, okay, for my
she got-
it's my first one and my only one that I have. I feel like
Get
if I had
more.
as many as you, I'd probably be like, whatever.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, there, yes. Okay. Well, even like, so 2 years ago, I backpacked in Europe with some friends.
In Europe.
Wait.
Yeah.
What
Where?
the fuck?
Why you say that? What?
What?
You say
And-
that as if it was a casual fucking thing. I backpacked with some
You
friends
said that
in
no.
Europe.
You said that so nonchalantly.
Yeah.
I
What
just
the
backpacked
fuck?
in
Okay,
Europe
yeah.
with a couple friends. Wait,
Uh,
what?
People don't even backpack in America. What the fuck?
For like a month and a half.
Where?
A month and a half.
What countries?
We went to France. We went to
Do you
Italy.
even know this chick? What the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
She backpack in Europe?
Oh my god.
Who the fuck are you? Why do you- That's not a normal thing. What the fuck?
Try this.
Ew, no.
No.
Try it.
Listen, before I came down, your girlfriend said it tasted disgusting.
This is my son.
If I try
Oh god.
Is that Mosh?
This is
you
my
all
bed.
try it.
Yes.
I thought that was Rico.
Did you sip out of
This
this?
is
If
my
I
boy.
try it,
Yes. Just try it, bro.
then
Just
you
try
all
it.
have to try it.
I've never had that in my life.
Listen,
Yes.
do you got some
Maybe.
good questions going on here, or?
Do you have some good questions?
Not that bad.
I don't know. Do you have COVID? I don't know.
None of
I'm
us have
passing
COVID.
it on.
You have COVID. I am COVID.
Listen. The last time I drank from a Four Loko, I got fucked up.
Just
Just
a
take one
sip,
sip.
dude. A sip's not gonna kill you.
12%.
That's what I
Hey,
thought at
Moshi
that time
boy.
too. But I got.
Loud.
Is that loud?
Yes.
All right. What's the last question?
So, just real quick, we're all a little drunk here, all right?
I'm good, actually.
And when that happens, we'll see about that.
I'm fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you.
When
guys.
that happens, technical difficulties are a
Yo,
little
what's
more.
up? I thought you were asleep. You're getting your post nut, huh?
Who is that?
Oh my god.
Don't lie to me.
Ignore
What are you gonna lie to
everything.
me for?
Is that my
huh?
boy?
We're all men.
Jalen,
here.
would you
What's
mind
going
closing
on?
the door, please? Just close the door.
Jalen, just say hi. Just
Where,
say
you-
hi.
where you
once.
going?
Just close the door.
And go smoke.
Just close-
Because you got
just
that
close
post
it.
nut clarity, huh? You need to think about what's going on here. Like,
Just
huh?
close the door.
All right, go ahead, Jalen.
You don't gotta lie to me, bro.
Thank you.
We're all good here.
What did he say? Did he say he's a virgin?
No. He said
Huh.
he needs to go smoke.
Oh.
I think it's just that.
I don't
post-nut
don't
clarity.
listen to.
Post-nut clarity, bro.
Anyways, like I was saying, we're all a little drunk here on the Circle Podcast, and technical difficulties happen, especially when you're drunk. And our SD card got full, so we don't know how much we missed. But you know what? We're going to wrap it up with one last question, and then we'll, maybe we'll come back on this topic again another day. I don't know. You'll have to hang around, I guess. Listen to future episodes. With that being said, last question of the night. What is the biggest lesson you learned from your last relationship?
That's a good question.
What are you, a politician?
I
Oh,
would like
God.
to say that the biggest lesson that I've learned is I'm not a politician. And going forward through relationships that I will encounter, I do not want to settle for anything that I don't want to feel like I'm settling is my main point. I don't want to feel like I'm settling. I want to be satisfied through anything that I go through, relationship wise with a girlfriend or with any
Boyfriend, whatever.
type of boyfriend. I might be gay. I don't know.
Or,
I might
I
be
mean,
gay.
you like vagina, right?
I do, but
So then you might be
that
bi.
doesn't mean I don't like dick.
Yeah. I mean, you're not gay, but you might be bi.
Maybe. There's nothing wrong with that, though, right?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right,
Nothing.
mom and dad. Anyways, yeah, I don't
Nothing
want
wrong
to
with dick.
I don't want to be happy at the end of the day. And I'm just gonna know that. That's my biggest takeaway. I don't want to realize that I'm unhappy
That's a good one.
farther down the line, right? End. Scene.
Phil?
Listen, I'm very unhappy that I fucked up this episode, and listen,
AKA he's gay.
I think I'm right there with Andy. I don't know what to expect from this life. I don't know what's gonna come from it, what experiences I'm gonna get from it. But I just want to be happy. At the end of the day, that's all I care about. And yeah. I'm sorry for fucking this episode up. Could have gone on longer. It still could go on longer, but yeah.
Not your fault.
Okay. I think biggest lesson I learned, I think to not lose myself in the relationship, because I do think that happened. I hit a point where I was kind of just cruising and not really fully conscious of what I was feeling and what was going on. And yeah, so to not lose myself, I think it's okay to get to a point where not necessarily, like, I don't think the word settling sounds so negative, but I think it's okay to like settle into your relationship and get comfortable in it, but just like not losing your like identity and individuality, because I do feel like I lost that at a certain point. Yeah.
Well put. I guess I'll wrap up in my lesson. It's somewhat similar to everything being said, but I think the biggest lesson I learned was not to feel like you can't be honest about your desires or your needs or your wants. And at the end of the day, your happiness is ultimately in your own hands. It's unhealthy to put that in someone else's hands and to expect someone else to make you happy. So with that being said, if your needs aren't being fulfilled, do not feel any hesitation to bring that up in your relationship, and you have every right to go after that in your relationship. But with that being said, I guess we'll start wrapping up this episode. We should have another guest next week, so stay tuned for that. My name is James, and once in, always in. Thank you for joining the circle.
Also, thank you for newcomers and reoccurring. We appreciate any kind of support in anything, whether it be 50 downloads in a month or 100. But anyways, please keep listening. We are here for the people.
Thank you for listening. My name is Philip. Remember, only the man can get you down. Don't let the remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Don't let the man get you down. We'll see
We
you
can't
next
prevent
month.
forest fires. They're happening all around the country.
Oh my god. I'm really sad about the forest fires, actually, personally.
Really? Are you?
Yes.
What are you doing to save it? Nothing.
What am I supposed to do?
Be a firefighter, bro.
I'm just thinking about Big Sur
Go
being
get
on
some
fire.
buckets of water, bro.
Okay,
Get a
well,
hose.
I just want to say thank you again for having me on. Philip, it's okay. I'll be back on because I still consider myself honorary fourth member of the circle.
At this point.
we at one point I asked you. We did ask you if you were okay with that. So
I'm very okay. And yeah. Gosh, I hope I didn't say too much about things in this episode. Either way.
the only way you'll know that is if people text you.
Oh no.
Okay.
Which might not happen.
Which probably I don't think that'll we'll see. We'll
But
see.
I mean, at the end of
But
the
you
day,
know
if they
what?
do, it's your feelings. Who cares?
Whatever.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You're speaking your truth.
Anyways. Am I allowed to plug? I'm not going to plug like my personal anything,
No,
but
plug
like,
anything you
Dude,
want.
plug whatever you want.
Yeah.
support your local food bank. That's all I have to say.
What's our local food bank?
I can't say it.
Okay.
Because unemployment's high. People need food. That's all. That's all I got to say.
Man, just have some sleep for dinner.
Some sleep.
That's what I did. That's what I did for the last 2 nights.
Yeah, it is what you did for the last 2 nights.
Anyways.
All
yeah.
right. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, thanks
We
for joining
appreciate
us.
Anytime.
Thanks for being so candid,
Yeah.
so open.
Of course. Anytime.
We appreciate anyone that does that.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Goodbye.
bye.